You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.
Hello?
Yo, that's
Hello?
better. Thank you. I had to unmute. Hit the unmute button.
I was like,
There
I
we
didn't
go.
hear anything.
We heard something now.
Okay.
We heard something now.
We're back.
We're back. We is back. We is back. Hold on. I'm doing some producer stuff in the background.
Okay.
I'm not making the same mistake I made the one time we had all that echo and I had to. I look. I don't want to work. I don't want to work. Who wants to work?
I don't want to work. Sorry, I was singing the Dawson's Creek theme song before we went on air.
Dawson's Creek or Dawson's Creek?
Well, that's what I said.
Let me tell you down to the Dawson's Creek.
That's what I said. Why'd you say it like a wise guy, eh?
I don't know, but why do you say it like you're out of Louisiana?
Not from Louisiana.
Let me go down to the creek.
That's what they say in Pittsburgh. That's where I'm originally from. I have the Pittsburghese accent. Not from Louisiana.
It's old-timey Southern
People
drawl.
in Louisiana
That's what it
sound like
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
that's the people from Louisiana. They sound like.
Spoiler, sir. I was going to use
I'm
that sound later.
sorry, but
I
it
was going to use that
perfect.
sound later, dude. Ah,
We'll still use it
damn
later, but you set up a softball for me.
I'll give you a hard ball. Might want to get that checked out. What up, sir? How's it
We're
going?
here.
We're here.
I mean,
It's cold.
it,
It's cold out there, fellas. It's cold every day. Give the old
Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went bowling tonight.
Should put the stat on the soundboard. What was I thinking?
You know, there's a lot of great sounds that we never have queued up.
No.
It just happens that way. We're always struggling to find good sounds, but anyway, went bowling tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm actually partaking in some beers. I bought a 6-pack of beer and
Did you bowl a perfect 300?
no, but I bowled for good for me. I bowled a 131.
That's really good.
That's good for me. I'm happy when I break 100. I'm not a very good bowler. My wife, on the other hand,
Is that a 131 with the bumpers up?
listen.
That's a
My
yes.
kids,
That's
no,
a
no,
yes.
no. It was not. My kids had the bumpers up in their lane. We had multiple lanes. No, I didn't bowl with the bumpers up. I was really happy with.
You're like,
my
I'm gonna bowl
130.
over here this time.
But Kristen bowled a
one.
140, so I mathing 9 pins. I only lost by 9. That's really
Hey,
good.
Kristen's a bowler too. Your wife is a bowler, and
She's
she
a
scored
baller and a bowler.
Yeah, and she only
And she was
that's her
mad.
Only score.
She was mad at her 140.
I'm mad at your 140.
She was mad. She didn't play well. It was really cold, like you said. So she was complaining about her baggy. She had a big sweatshirt on. She's like-
Excuses.
she was making excuses. We were playing an old. So it was really
You knew
cool.
you were going bowling dressed to bowl. I'm sorry. Jackets exist. You can take the jacket
she
off.
comes in. She rocks. She's got her own shoes and her own ball that she
She's got
carries.
like a rose
There's
in
me.
it. Just
I rent the shoes and I use whatever ball at the lane is there, and
whatever ball
I
that I
lost by
can
9.
lift that my fingers don't properly fit into.
which I hurt my finger tonight.
The finger holes are only ever too small or too large.
Bingo.
It's never perfect. Like maybe we have fat fingers, but like it's just never right. It's never right.
So are you a good bowler?
I can hold my own. I think.
Okay.
I don't think I'd beat your wife, but I think I could beat you.
Okay. I was very happy with my 131. She was very disappointed in her 140. In her defense,
It's been a few
in her
years since I
defense, she's
bowled.
like a 165 average. So she was well below her
I'm a
average.
169
I'm
average.
I'm a 100 average, so I was well above my average, and I still lost.
It's
but-
been a few years for me. I haven't bowled in some years.
Bowling's fun.
so-
But we went to a unique bowling alley that we have locally here. Let's give a shout out. They're no sponsor or anything, but
Fuck them then.
Thornton Hall Bowling Lanes in downtown Sharon, Pennsylvania.
Gordon.
They like, how do I explain this?
To keep it real.
In more ways than one, they keep it real. They have not, it doesn't look like they put a dime into that place since the 1960s. You walk in there, there's like 45 lanes. It's enormous.
I mean, when you're doing it right, what do you need to don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I just think they were cheap. So they never remodeled or they never fixed anything. So now the bowling alley looks like it's got like this retro, like
there's no like
vibe.
There's no like black light.
No, hell no. No. Like, but I don't think they're trying to be ironic.
They don't have a VR area available so that you can go into there like a VR arena with people.
So the Hermitage bowling alley is what you're talking about. They have black lights and strobes and music, and you can play video games. No, none of that exists at Thornton at all. But they're not trying to be ironic and like be cool about it.
They're just cheap.
That's just the way it is. Like things.
Why don't you bring some VR stuff in here? Like,
no.
Why?
I don't. At this point, it's like charming that they haven't changed it.
That'll last like 2 years, and then after 2 years,
another
it's 2 years of being like that. Nah, I don't know.
Dude, get the fuck out of here. You're wrong. It is so cool. So that's the whole reason why we went bowling there tonight. It was my brother-in-law's birthday, and he's really into like the 1950s, 1960s retro theming.
I'm sure.
And I told him about this bowling alley.
You're gonna find some mice and some cockroaches in there somewhere. They're cutting corners somewhere.
You gotta be so negative all the time. Just enjoy it. It's fun, and I really had a really nice time tonight bowling. I bowled a 131 out of my mind. Meanwhile, people are watching this, listening to us, and they're like,
oh, look at that. They do have cosmic bowling every other weekend. Look at that. Joke's on
every
you,
other
sir.
weekend. Listen,
Joke's on you.
I don't believe it.
I only have to be right once to be right.
I don't believe it. Like, I was in that building tonight. There was like, it's like Tomorrowland in Disney is like the land of tomorrow as seen from the night. Like, it's probably cosmic bowling in the eyes of 1950s people.
Come for the bowling, stay for the asbestos.
Like Flash Gordon in Lane 2. Flash. I love Flash
Savior
Gordon.
of the universe.
My mom's gonna call me out. I understand they can put anything on the website. That doesn't make it like accurate. It's not
the pictures you're looking at are from Splits.
It's not
they
gonna
copied
be
and pasted those over there.
What Splits does in Hermitage. Like, they're top of the line, and I like it. I like it better the old fashioned way. But we had a nice time.
Doesn't matter though. Bowling's bowling. You're throwing a ball down some lanes, whether there's black lights and
I think you're
Drake
wrong,
playing
man.
in the background. What does it matter?
It doesn't. I actually don't like cosmic bowling personally.
Why? Who cares?
It's too damn dark. I can't see.
All right, old man.
Yeah, okay.
Pull.
You know what?
Get those jeans.
We
up to
still
your
have
nipples, man.
we still have your field goal kick scheduled.
Yeah.
Now I'm calling it out right here. You and I are gonna go bowling.
All right,
We're gonna go bowling, and I'm gonna beat your ass.
We're making a lot of promises.
I am going to beat your ass on the lanes.
We'll play
up and down the lanes.
We'll play 2 games. Both get a warm up game, and then the actual game. We get 2 games.
No aggregate scoring of the 2 games.
No, let the first game be a warm up game where we just get the arm working, get the muscles going, and then the second game be the game where it's like, all right, here's where it's at.
Let's just say we're gonna have a bowling competition. We're gonna have a bowling competition.
I can't keep my own score. Sorry, I'm stupid. I need the bowling pins.
I don't know how to keep score.
I need the bowling pins with the cinematics on the TV where the bowling ball flies into the twin towers. Dude,
I've seen that.
That is the bowling pin.
How about the guy? I've seen this TikTok a few times. There's some rando old-fashioned bowling alley. I don't even know where it was, and they put pictures on the wall of people who've bowled perfect games. And somebody was looking at them, and they made a TikTok out of this, took a video of it. There's some guy who came in on September 11th, 2001 in the evening, Like after the chaos happened in the morning.
After we know what happened, after we know both towers fell and the devastation's like, you know what?
And bowled a perfect
You know
game.
what? I need some love in my life. I need some happiness. I'm gonna go.
Homeboy, ice water in his veins, comes in here, doesn't even think about the thousands dead.
Did you say you got a perfect game?
Perfect game.
Imagine having the story. You've got the story of like, I've bowled a perfect game once, and you guys say, "Oh, when'd you do that?" Don't worry about that. I don't remember. It was back in 2001.
Like anybody else could be like, "Yo, I've bowled a perfect game." What was it? Oh, some random Wednesday in July. He's like, "Well, fuck you. I did mine on September 11th." That's electric right there. That man cannot be phased. He can't be rattled.
Both Al Qaeda and Mai had a perfect game.
Oh God. Oh, too soon? Too soon.
I asked you a long time ago. Is it okay to joke about it? Because there's a lot of videos that joke about it. There's a lot of videos out there on the internet that joke about it. It happened 24 years ago at this point. 24 years ago, basically. Can we joke about it now at this point? Is it okay?
You just did. The seal has been broken. He chose poorly.
Look, I did joke about it. It doesn't mean it's okay to do it, so...
No, but Homeboy for real bowled a perfect game the night after the attacks.
Yeah, that's the night of the attacks, not after. The night of.
True, yeah.
The night of.
Like hours after.
While he was bowling a perfect game, there were firefighters get in the middle of getting cancer trying to search for survivors, and dogs get like searching the rubble for people. Like
the last 24 hours have been very exciting. Exciting! People are dying out there. That's not the word I would use to describe it.
All the gizmos started.
Little Independence Day quote for it. People are dying.
I'm sorry if anybody, if anybody is a 9/11 survivor, or if there's anybody out there that lost somebody, we apologize. But
say what you want.
It's been 24 years.
Say what you want about Pete Davidson. I don't know if you're a Pete Davidson fan.
I'm not.
I think he's pretty funny.
I don't think he is.
I think he's pretty funny.
I don't think he's ever done anything that I've laughed at.
I haven't really watched too much of his stand-up, but when he was on Saturday Night Live, I liked a lot of his skits.
I watched a lot of his skits, and I never laughed at one.
So he's from Staten Island.
Yeah.
And his father
was a
fireman who died on September.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson makes more 9/11 jokes than anybody.
But it's one of those kind of.
I feel like it's like,
he's kind of allowed to. He's kind of allowed to.
Like Tupac can say the N-word.
I was gonna say
Pete Davidson.
Black people can say the N-word. Pete Davidson can joke about 9/11.
Yeah.
It's potato.
Yeah.
You know, like he's kind of allowed to at that point.
I feel like the universe has kind of like corrected it. Gave him karma. Because they're like, oh, dude, he was like a little kid. His dad dies in 9/11.
You gotta make him fuck.
Let's just make him like bag every baddie on the planet.
Every single fucking hot woman, just for something.
Like he looks like a homeless person, but for some reason, the most gorgeous women will find him irresistible. So hey, whatever.
Like they say,
pedals your bike.
They say women love like laughing and comedians and stuff like that, and like you make them laugh, you make them breakfast. Like that's the old saying.
Yeah.
But like again, he's like, you have a different opinion. He's not funny. I've never laughed at anything.
He's got a great person. He makes them laugh. His personality goes a long way.
I guess.
Maybe he's got a Dino D.
That's got to be it, right?
Got to be.
That's got to be it. Dude's rocking an anaconda down there.
I don't know. Shout out to Pete
baby's
Davidson.
arm holding an apple.
Do you keep it?
I'm not hating.
Good word.
I'm not hating at all. Like kudos to him. Like absolutely. Like I'm not hating the player or the game. Like absolutely play that.
I don't even know. Like I can't even keep track. Like who he's with now. Last I heard, I think Madeline Klein, right?
From
Outer Banks, which Outer Banks is a kick-ass show. If you haven't watched it,
never watched it. Never will either.
It's good. It's good, but
doesn't seem like
she's gorgeous in it, and I think he's with her now. But he might have gotten tired and moved on to. Anyway, went bowling tonight. Had some leftover beers, drinking them on the show. But yeah, that was good. Bowling was good. I'm a little bummed out. Not in great spirits.
You gotta pump those numbers up, man.
Those are rookie numbers. My beloved Pittsburgh Steelers lost tonight.
I think it's your beloved wife. I was like, "Aw."
No, she didn't. She didn't lose tonight. She beat me by 9 pins.
No.
We already talked about this. She didn't lose. But we don't talk about sports enough on this show. We opened up with bowling. Now we're moving into football.
It's on you, man.
Yeah, well,
you can talk about sports all you want. Nobody's stopping you.
I'm a huge Pittsburgh everything fan and love football. And this season, the Steelers, they were just taking belt to ass at the beginning of the season. They were rocking everybody, and it was great. I'm like, they've lost the last 4 games of the regular season. And their defense, and I will defend them, 3 of the 4 games were in like an 11-day span, and they were like 3 of the best teams in the league. But they lost tonight, and they lost by 2 points. That's less than 9 pins. And kind of bummed out. I mean, they're in the playoffs because they did so well early in the season, but they're kind of like limping on in.
Yeah.
Like,
so there's no hope for them going to the Super Bowl?
That's not true. All you got to do is get to the dance. You get to the dance, you can dance all night. You just got to get there. They got there. It's just they're one of the uglier girls at the dance. So getting crowned queen's going to be, wow, these metaphors, where are they coming from?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But
all right, let me ask you this. So I know the Steelers and Browns have a rivalry. How do the Eagles and Steelers feel about each other?
Well, I think there's a Pittsburgh-Philadelphia rivalry. Western part of the state, eastern part of the state. I like to say things like Philadelphia is the dirty part of the state. The only good thing to ever come out of Philadelphia was election results. Hey-yo!
Sounds like you're a bit of a Philadelphia hater then. Bit of an Eagles hater maybe too, yeah.
I don't like them, but the Steelers and Eagles don't play each other that often. So they're in different divisions, they're in different conferences.
But let's say Steelers don't go to the Super Bowl and Eagles do. Are you then going to root for the Eagles because it's PA? Or are you going to be like, nah, fuck that bullshit?
It depends. My kids do this all the time. I'll be sitting down, I watch all the football games. I'll be watching a game, and they'll walk in the room, and it'll be like the Seahawks versus the Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Jaguars. The Jacksonville team. And they'll walk in, and they'll be like, well, Daddy, who are we for? And my response is like, I'm only ever for the Steelers. There's some people who's like, well, my favorite team's Steelers, but my second favorite. No, there's no second favorite team. You have one team and one team only, damn it. You don't root for any other teams. They can all go straight to hell, for all I'm concerned.
Yes, he deserved to die, and I hope he burns in hell.
Yes, he deserved to die, and I hope he burns in hell.
We took that soundbite off, by the way.
We did too. We suck. We need to just get a big old board with like 100 of them.
You know how you can give us a big old board is if you guys subscribe to our Patreon, give us a little money.
My mom was mad.
A little cash money millionaire, and then we move.
My mom, she said she's subscribed to our Patreon, and we haven't put any content out.
We haven't put any content out because life hasn't found a way recently.
I said this last week. We are going to be putting new content out on Patreon.
We are planning things.
I said we're going to wait till the new year.
Yes.
Well, the new year's now here, but there's some stuff going on everyday life, so we're going to take a little hiatus on that.
It'll be coming soon.
Probably February.
Ideally, yes.
We're gonna shoot for February.
I'm not going to throw in the bus. I got some personal stuff going on right now, and it's causing me to not be able to do some extra stuff at the moment. But later on in this year, ideally, like you said, February, we're going to try to push to bring back some bonus stuff. If your mom's subscribed, I should probably check the Patreon. Then I haven't checked it in a hot minute, so I will do that.
In a damn hot minute.
So you don't have like a secondary team where it's like, hey, you know what? If the Steelers aren't playing, but the Eagles are playing, I'm going to root for the Eagles because PA represent. No,
I don't have a secondary team, and I will never have a secondary team. I have a friend. He's actually a friend of the show, been on the show before. I give him so much shit because he's a bandwagon jumper. You know what that means?
Yeah.
He doesn't really have a team. He just reps a certain team, roots for a certain team, and
Like
I
each
hate
year
that.
he picks a new team.
Kind of. It's just like it just happens that way. He's like, oh, you know, the
You know what it
Buffalo
sounds
Bills are kind of fun, or the Green
sounds-
Bay Packers, or
It sounds
I
like
like their
he's
quarterback.
It sounds like he's eating the buffet. He's like, I want to try a little of this. I want to try a little of that. I want to try a little bit of this. I want to try a little bit of that. Why not? Like, let's try a little bit of this. Let's try a little bit of that.
It's Corey. It's our friend Corey. He's that way. He's that way. And our friend Ben, who's also been on the show. Shout out to Ben. I give him credit because he's a Browns fan. And the Browns are like the most...
The moth.
I sound like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson here. No, they're like the most pathetic excuse for a professional franchise in all of major sports. And he loved ride or die with them. Like that, I don't like your
Is that
team.
just like an area you grew up in, and that's why?
He's from Akron, which is near Cleveland. So that's, yeah. I think he's a regional guy, as am I. Like, I rep all Pittsburgh sports because I'm from Western Pennsylvania. So, but there's other people that don't. They
I
just
feel like there's no point in watching a football game if you're not going to root for one team over the other. Like, you want one team to win over the other. Like, that's the whole point of the game. That's the whole point of the watching is like, I want one to win over the other.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Like, that's the point of watching a competition,
Oh,
is hoping that
sweet pumpkin.
one wins over the other.
You've got a lot to learn. There's this whole thing. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called fantasy football. Oh, and don't even get me started on like DraftKings. So,
Are there
believe
elves
this or
and
not,
ogres in it?
you actually root for individual players.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you have drafted them to your make-believe team.
Yeah.
And you need them to individually score points or just do well. And that helps your team. And you gamble and there's money on the line. And it's like insanely popular with
So then you do root for certain teams to win.
players, not teams. I don't give a crap if the Philadelphia Eagles win or lose, but I want Devontae Smith to score 3 touchdowns because he's on my team. Something like that. You know what I mean?
So, okay, so I don't, so here, explain it to me, because I've never indulged in the fantasy football life.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it. So when you're drafting a team,
Mhm.
obviously the quarterbacks, or not quarterbacks, like the individuals that score touchdowns, they're like high tier players, there's high tier characters that you want on your team. But like, what is the score based on? Like, do you draft like defensive players, but they don't score? But like,
you can. There's some I've played
what's
in
the
some
point?
leagues.
Like, what is the scoring based on? Because as of right now, the only thing I understand is like he gets touchdowns, therefore he gets more points. But that doesn't that limit the amount of like players that you can draft?
So if you draft a wide receiver, right, and he catches a touchdown pass, he obviously gets 6 points for scoring that touchdown. But
What
you
about the
also
quarterback?
quarterback throws it, so they
Yeah.
get the points for that. But you also get a point for each catch, plus 0.1 for every yard you get. So you might not score a touchdown, but if you have like 10 catches for 200 yards, then you're gonna get a lot of points because you're getting all these yards and all these catches. You understand what I'm saying?
So like defense is just left off the map pretty much.
Defense, you get a point for a tackle, 2 points for a sack, fumble recovery, interceptions.
So they're
If your
included too.
individual
Like they're
defense-
included into the mix too.
You can. I personally don't love drafting defensive players. The 2 leagues I'm playing in don't have defensive players. We just worry about the offensive players. But you can do defensive players. It's just not my thing. What you typically do is you
yeah.
draft the team's defense. You draft like I would draft the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Just I would have the whole team's defense.
You draft the entire
team's defense is on your team. And every time they get a sack or get an interception, or if they don't allow a lot of points, you get points for your defense that goes to your team total. It's like I love that I'm like
yeah.
ground floor teaching you this.
Yeah, I've always wanted to learn about fantasy football. I never really want to play, I don't think, because I don't pay enough attention
You would
to it.
hate it.
I probably would
hate. It's like cerebral. Like you gotta like do your homework, and there was a commercial I saw. I don't remember what it was for. I think it was like an ESPN commercial, and it's like a high school table, and there's like 2 or 3 guys sitting at this lunch table, and they're wearing like Letterman jackets. The one's like a big, tall black kid. The other kid's like this blonde hair guy, and they're sitting there talking. He's like, so here's the thing: his whiff percentage, when it's below 50 degrees, severely drops off at that point. He's like, well, what about left-handed pitchers? And they're like going on, and all of a sudden they look up, and there's like a whole pack of like the geekiest, like pocket protector, big taped glasses, standing there listening to them, and they go, nerds, and walk away. It was a clever
just kind of D&D. It is kind of D&D, but with football players.
Yes,
like that's what it is.
It's role playing. It's exactly what it is.
Except a little more boring. Kind of a little more boring, in my opinion. You know.
I mean, I like it. It's if you like sports.
If they involve some of the real life, like, okay, so this quarterback, his wife divorced him. That's -1 point for him. It's like that. Some like real life stuff. Or, hey, this quarterback was caught in a scandal. You know, that's -3 points for your guy right there.
It was like Giselle Bundchen cheated on Tom Brady.
Yeah.
She banged her Thai bow instructor. Like, -5.
Incorporate a little more of the real life stuff. Maybe I'll get into it a little bit. I want to see some of that involved as well. You know.
That would be fun. I would play that. Yes.
Dude, start the league. Let's start the real fantasy football league.
I don't want to. Ew.
The real fantasy football league. Come on.
Scoring would be a
make
nightmare.
points. Okay, so cheating on your spouse. If you're married, -3 points. If you're just with somebody, that's -1 point.
Tyreek Hill's a wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. He used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think this year he had 3 kids in 1 year. I don't know if you math that, like think about that. Only one of them was to his wife.
Okay, so
the other 2 were to side chicks.
We call
like that's got to be points.
We call that 1 step forward, 2 steps
Like,
back. You know, that's a +1 and a -2.
I don't know how many kids he has right now. It might be a baker's dozen, but it's a good amount. And it was like he had 3 kids in 1 calendar year.
You catch somebody doing like a Michael Vick, that's -30 points. You know, just saying. You know. Make it a little more entertaining beyond just like the football stats.
Aaron Hernandez literally killed a guy and then killed himself while he was on the Patriots.
That's -50. That's -50, but +20 for taking yourself out. That's due justice right there. So
he's a free agent now. I'm dropping him.
Come on, you got to admit, it'd be a little more fun if you incorporated some real life stuff. Like, look, I knew he ran 300 yards, but motherfucker raped a woman.
I knew I should have drafted OJ #1 overall. What was I thinking?
Do you see how far he ran for the cops in that Bronco? Goddamn. That's got to be worth something.
No wonder he won the Heisman.
Look, what he did was bad, but how many
allegedly?
But how many miles?
Allegedly.
But how many miles did he gain on that Bronco when he was running for the Cups? Come on, that's got to be worth at least a tenner. Come on,
dude, you won your championship because he was acquitted. Like when he got acquitted,
when you're
that
acquitted,
gavel hit, not guilty, you won your league.
That's +50.
Like, you won your league.
That's +50 right there. But the court of public opinion, you know. We'll see about that. He then did break into a bunch of people's houses and then steal a ship.
Well, that was a few seasons later. Anyway, so we'll see. I'll give you updates.
Are you winning or losing? You losing? Winning? What do you do? What's going on?
I'm out of both of them. It ends with the regular season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't do it in the playoffs.
That's
Actually,
cool.
I do gamble in the playoffs. I have a different league, but that's
fantasy football season 2 playoffs. Come on.
Actually, it's so funny you said that.
Keep it going.
I have a friend who runs a league, and I've actually won it before, and I won big bucks. Yeah. But yeah, it is what it is.
Keep that shit going, man. Ooh. Yeah, you feeling loosey goosey?
You know it. What you got to talk about?
I got fucking boring shit. You know me.
Boring.
While you're paying attention to the football league, your fantasy football, everything's going on, I'm only paying attention to politics because that's where I am at right now.
Ew.
2024 ended badly. 2025 started badly too. Just saying, it started pretty bad too.
Yeah.
We had terrorist attack.
Oh, I'm gonna keep talking.
We had multiple terrorist attacks. We had like the big ones. I think people are talking about
Tripping.
is the
Get
oh,
ready,
it's getting hot.
ladies.
It's gonna. You can put the fan on if you want, dude.
It's always so freaking hot here.
I keep the heat. I'm comfortable right now.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable as shit, dude.
Losing my.
It gets cold in here, honestly. Like the insulation is
Taking my
not
tarp
really
off.
good
I
in
hope nobody minds. I'm losing the tarp right here. Right here, live on the show. It's not that kind of show. Don't get that out.
All right, you good to go?
Good to go. Tell me about
Your,
politics.
your coat is gonna be covered in white hair when you leave here because Izzy's gonna get up there. She's gonna lay on it. She's gonna get all that stuff.
I don't care. Coat. You think that's a coat?
Sweater, coat, whatever.
Hold on. Mine. By the way, Izzy is very involved in tonight's show.
She is. She's been low energy earlier today. She's all good. She had a great haircut. Isn't that right, girl? You got a good haircut.
Fresh
Look
to
at
death.
She is fresh. So fresh and so clean.
All right, we're back.
Yeah.
So
there-
you're still into politics?
my For You page and my algorithm is still heavily politics right now. I'm inundated
Ugh.
with all the political videos. I'm very much in depth with what's going on in the MAGA civil war that's going on right now. That's continuing, where Trump has backtracked on a lot of his promises. One of the big ones that the MAGA's hating is his immigration policy, where now he's promoting the H-1B visas. Which are like the immigration work visas.
Which he was against that, but
he openly claimed when somebody asked him about it recently on New Year's, like, "What about you flip flopped on it?" It's like, I didn't flip flop on it. I absolutely did not know. Now he's all for.
I didn't flip flop. I never flip flop. I'm not a flip flopper.
He's totally for immigration right
Your
now.
mom's a flip-flopper.
He wants immigrants in this country now, which I thought you voted for no immigrants. I thought you voted for low gas, a low cost of eggs and milk, and no immigrants in this country. I just want to know where we're standing at. And no wars, too. I thought we were voting for against that.
Well, he married an immigrant twice. His best bud right now
is an immigrant.
is also an immigrant.
The actual president of the United States.
I think that's the guy.
That's the funniest part of this whole
that's the
thing.
funny thing.
If it's because it's pissing him off. Honest to goodness, if you're out there and you want to piss him off, if you're like a reporter, you want to call him Vice President Trump, and you would call Elon Musk the president, because right now that's digging at him right now, to the point where he has to have his people put out statements that says, no, Trump is the president, Elon is not the actual president. Elon is listening to Trump, not the other way around.
So he
blah, 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 blah.
He had a phone call conference with Netanyahu, Israel.
Mhm.
Did you hear about this one?
I did, yeah.
And he was saying, like, yeah, I guess, I can't run myself because he's not native born.
Yeah.
That's in the Constitution. You have to be native born to run for president. Elon's not. He was born in South Africa, so he can't be president. And he openly knows that. He admitted
He
it.
can't be elected president. That's the technicality they're going to, because a lot of people are like, we're like, Elon is going to be elected Speaker of the House. A lot of people
They already elected the speaker.
I know. That's why I said
Okay.
were. Like, a lot of people were thinking he's going to get elected Speaker of the House, and what's going to happen is they're going to take out Trump, J.D. Vance is going to leave, and then he's going to be the president. Because of the technicality, you can't be elected president, and that's what he's going to argue. That's why he would become president. There were some people that were arguing that, and I was like, you're fucking stupid. Like, I guess, but like, you're stupid.
I mean, that would just go to the Supreme Court, and
Yes.
they're compromised, so
Yes, they are.
it is what it is. But Elon openly said, like, basically, I can't be president, so this is me.
He can't
doing
be
that. Yeah.
the official president, but
Yeah,
he is
He's gonna do.
he
it,
is the
yeah.
president basically at this
Yeah.
point. Like he bought our country. Ladies and gentlemen, you were bought by a billionaire.
Mhm.
Hope you're happy by that. Because now Trump has backed off all the stuff. He remember when he said we're going to lower the cost of goods, and then like a week after he was elected president, he admitted in an interview, I actually don't think I can lower the cost. It's really hard to get them down once they're high. So we'll see. Maybe we can. And then he openly admitted that what's going to happen in the next 4 years, there might be another Great Depression. He openly admitted that now that he was elected president. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're happy with what you voted for. But the funny thing that happened recently, amongst all the terribleness, New Orleans was a terrible thing that happened.
Oh yeah. Right before, I think it was the Cotton Bowl.
It was
Georgia
like
versus
New Year's, like after the ball dropped. I think it was.
It was New Year's morning, but like early morning.
Like people were still partying and stuff like that.
Notre Dame and Georgia were playing a very important playoff bowl game, and it got delayed a day because some guy in a rental truck decided to drive on Bourbon Street and just like mow down people.
Yeah. Like GTA, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's terrible. And he's like, he had like a lot of ISIS propaganda in his car. And a lot of people are like, see, this is Biden's America, the image crime. Turns out, like, dude's an American citizen.
He lives in Texas.
He was born in America.
He was in the United States Army.
Yeah. Like he was a veteran.
Not an immigrant at all.
Never, like, no, absolutely not. He was absolutely like,
but he had a foreign sounding name and he had an ISIS flag in his truck.
Yeah. So therefore he was
an immigrant. Oh my God. People are so stupid.
But then the funny thing that happened was in Houston, Texas, a Cybertruck blew up.
Well, there was actually 2 Cybertrucks.
Wasn't one out of outside of Mar-a-Lago?
No, it was out
Florida?
of a Trump hotel in Vegas.
The Trump hotel in
but
Vegas.
That one apparently was a bombing. Like
Yeah.
it was also a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
But it was unrelated to the New Orleans terror attack.
Yeah.
Somebody just rented a Cybertruck, parked it in front of a Trump hotel in Vegas, and set off an incendiary device, which exploded. I don't think no one was killed. I don't think there was anybody seriously injured, just like debris and stuff.
Yeah.
So that happened. But then the same day, what you're talking about was in Houston, Texas. There was a Cybertruck that exploded, and people were like, "Oh my God, the one happened in Vegas. It was a Cybertruck." And then there was the guy who was driving through people in New Orleans. It must be
related,
a correlated attack. There must be more coming.
We're under attack,
Adam. It was just a Cybertruck that blew up. Like that happens. They do
That's
that.
What's funny about this. Look, I don't think all terrorist attacks are funny, but this one was kind of funny because the one that happened outside of Vegas where somebody set off the incendiary,
it was a Cybertruck.
Everybody was like, did somebody blow it up or did it just blow up on its own?
Yeah, right.
Like that was the big joke, was because they're so poorly made and because the batteries fry all the time, people were like, did somebody blow this up or did somebody just jump out of it and just blew up on its own?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened? I've been seeing more and more Cybertrucks in the wild lately. I saw one today.
Yeah.
In town, in our small fucking city. Like, I saw a Cybertruck rolling down the street. I'm like, God damn, this fucking bullshit. It's an ugly car. It's a car you see at a Tron.
Yeah.
Honest to goodness.
You've ever seen the movie Free Jack?
No.
It's it's a futuristic movie. Mick Jagger's in it, and I think Emilio Estevez. I can't remember. But Emilio. No, it's it's a pretty cool movie. It was a bad 90s action futuristic. That's what the cars look like in that movie.
I know what happened to the Cybertrucks.
What happened?
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Sorry,
that was the big joke.
I got a little premature
that was
with
a big
the
joke.
buttons, but
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
they don't have gas in it.
They don't. No.
They really
That's
they don't have gas in it. That is an accurate statement. They don't have gas in it.
Yeah. So that's kind of all I want to talk about, folks. I don't want to go
Great.
I don't want to dive deep into it.
Good, 'cause I don't either.
I just want to, bring it up. It's look, I'm making my list for the end of 2025 for big events that are happening, and there's already a lot of events, and it's been less than a week in this year.
And you got it.
Fucking events. Oh my God.
It's only going to get worse from
It's
here.
only gonna get worse.
It's all
Scott,
downhill from here.
What do you got? What else you got to talk about? You got things.
I do. I actually let's get back to the meat and potatoes of this ship.
Yeah. The cocks
excuse
and
me.
dicks. Let's get back into it.
We got to talk about what this show was originated for. Not this politics
history lesson?
bullshit. We are going to talk about entertainment, and I saw a movie since we recorded last time. Went to the movie theater, watched a movie.
Theater.
Yes.
Theater.
I went and watched Moana 2. I liked it.
Oh yeah,
I liked it.
I didn't see either one of them.
You've never seen the first Moana movie?
I didn't care to. It didn't appeal to me.
Dude, it's good. It's good. I know we're not big fans of Dwayne The Rock Johnson right now. We've mentioned that. He's kind of played out. He's kind of tired. His character he plays, Maui, is pretty much the same character
Every character he plays is the same character.
It's a little bit different because it's an animated movie, so it's not like actually him. He's just doing the voiceover. But even the mannerisms and characteristics of the character he's voicing is Dwayne Johnson. Like, and they are doing a live action version of the first Moana
What's
movie.
the point? The movie's new. I can understand doing live action. I can understand doing a live action movie of like older movies, but like, why are you gonna come out with a? You're still doing this. Like, I guarantee there's gonna probably. I haven't seen the movies. I bet you there's gonna be Moana 3. Why are we doing a live action Moana when the series is still going on?
What's your question?
It doesn't make any sense.
Why they're doing it?
Yeah, why?
It makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't.
Money, Adam. The answer is money.
But
unequivocally, undoubtedly, money.
But
money.
Lately, a lot of their live action movies haven't been making money. People have not been really excited for the live action movies lately.
They're still making money. Are they making as much money as they want them to? No. They're still making money.
But if they're going to do a live action Moana, they then have to cast Dwayne Johnson with the exorbitant amount of money he asked for. We talked about it last week or the week before. Red One lost all their money mainly on the amount of money they had to pay the cast, and a lot of that money went to Dwayne Johnson because he's a big name actor.
Chris Evans was also in that. He gets a lot of money too.
Yeah, but I bet you Dwayne Johnson got more. I'd have to look that up.
Who made Red One? It's on Prime, but I don't know the studio.
I don't know the studio that made it.
And that's a big hit for them.
Right. But
it's nothing to Disney.
But what I'm
Disney
saying
has all of the money. I won the money.
Right.
The money.
But Disney doesn't. But they're still a capitalist corporation. They're not going to make a live action movie if they think they're going to take a loss.
Correct.
Or they shouldn't.
They're not taking losses in it. They're not. If they were, they wouldn't be making every single one of their animated classics into a live action movie. They are making money.
They're not doing as well they used to, though. Like,
they're not doing. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Like the new Mufasa movie that's coming out.
Sure.
I don't know about you. I have zero desire. I have zero.
Killing it. It is.
Sure about that?
Killing
is it out now?
It's out right now.
I'm gonna see how much it's making now.
So popular.
Live on the show. I'm gonna look it up. See what Mufasa's making. Right
Moana 2 is making a ton of money. Disney.
Yeah, because that doesn't count because it's animated.
That's animated.
Yeah.
Right.
Shut up about that one.
I was just telling you, Disney is no problem. They're rolling in it. Disney, Snow White is coming out, which I did want to talk about that because there's something that happened with the live action Snow White that's coming out. Did you hear about Peter Dinklage? Our friend, Peter Dinklage, friend of the show?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about him
So
recently.
he put the kibosh on. It's called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, right? They were going to cast little people to play the Seven Dwarfs. Peter Dinklage came out and said, "That's horrible. Just casting small people in roles for small people.
You think he'd be all for it?
Discriminatory.
You think he'd be all for it?
Well, guess what? Peter Dinklage is the exception to the rule because he's a very popular actor, and he stars in a lot of different things that aren't little people roles. We just acknowledge, oh, it's Peter Dinklage. Like we don't even.
That's kind of what I love about him. Like you'll see a movie with Peter Dinklage being starred, and you're like, oh, I'll watch a Peter Dinklage movie, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
We don't even think that he's a small person.
Yeah, like I watched the most recent movie I watched was Brothers. Him and what's his name? Thanos.
Josh Brolin.
Like I watched that movie, and they had some minor probably joke because it was a comedy movie, so they had some minor jokes.
I liked it better when it was called Twins, and it was with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Ayo.
But it was a crime movie. This is a crime comedy movie, so
I forgot which one was which.
Okay, yeah, think about it. But like it was good. But like you would not think with Peter Dinklage that it was like he's a small person and that he was cast in that role for a reason.
Well,
Because the movie is kind of written like so that anybody can play that role.
yes, and he's played several roles.
So just as a side note, before we continue on, the budget for Mufasa was roughly $200 million. Worldwide, so far they've made $352 million. So,
And it just came out. I'm not saying it's gonna set records. I haven't even seen it. I don't even know
it's not even. Here's the thing.
the critic score's not even that good. It might not even be a good movie.
Like here's
But
the
it's gonna make money.
But here's the thing about that. Like it's like I don't understand why people go to see these Lion King movies.
Kids,
I saw the first one.
it's a
but,
kids
like,
movie.
just watch the fucking the animated one because
They've seen it before.
yeah.
They're gonna watch a new one. They're gonna take their parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, especially over the holidays.
I think
When kids are out of school. Adam, you don't understand this. You're not a parent. You're gonna take your kids to the movie. You're gonna sit them down. You're gonna buy them popcorn and a watered down cherry Coke, and you're gonna make them watch 2 hours.
I think you need to teach your kids to have some taste. Is what I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Like teach your kids to have
The Lion King is awesome.
Yeah, the Lion King is awesome. The remake was not. The
What
live
remake?
action.
It wasn't bad.
It sucked.
It didn't suck.
It sucked.
I disagree with that. I don't think it was
Here's why.
great.
And we talked about it when it first came out, but I'm gonna reiterate why I think it sucked. I think it sucked because one of the things that made the Lion King the original animated from the 90s, the one thing that made it great
should have been
was-
Forrest Gump for Best Picture of the Year.
Yes. No, it shouldn't.
You don't think so? You like Forrest Gump more than the Lion King. Look me in the eye and tell me you like Forrest Gump more than the Lion King.
I like the Lion King more, but I think Forrest Gump's a better movie. Is what I'm gonna say.
I think Pulp Fiction's better than both of them.
I do too. Yes.
Okay.
That
94,
is.
94 was a great year for movies.
That was yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
But part of one of the reasons why I didn't like the quote unquote live action over the animated, because good live action is animated, just so you know, they didn't use real fucking lions and shit.
which I want to get back to seven Dwarfs on that. Yeah.
But one of the things that failed for me in the remake, the
Okay.
live action remake, was the fact that when you do a live action remake with animated animals, the thing that sells it for the original cartoons was you can see they animate the emotion. They anthropomorphize these animals so you can see the emotion in their face, the eyes. So like, for example, the scene in the animated one when Simba realizes his father, Mufasa, is killed by the antelopes, and you see the emotion, the crying, and everything like that. It brings you tears to your eyes.
They
You're
were
crying.
wildebeest.
Niagara Falls, Freddy,
Oh.
Niagara Falls. Like, it brings tears to your eyes. When I watched the live action one, nothing, zero emotion. Why? Because it looked
You knew what to expect.
No. It looked like just a regular lion. It's not anthropomorphized. You can't, there's no motion on the lion's face. They can't animate the human emotion on the lion's face. So it just looks like an
It's
animal.
not sad when an animal dies.
It is sad when an animal dies for the sake of an animal, but I know it's an anime movie, so therefore its animal didn't die. What I'm saying is when Simba in the quote unquote live action movie was like calling for his dad, like get up, like it just like they could have like done something to the face to like add some emotion to it, but they wanted to be realistic, and lions and shit like that, like they can't like emote emotion in their facial expressions, so it just looked like he was saying, "Dad, get up, Dad, get up, Dad, get up," but there's like nothing there, and I'm like, all right, just move on, I guess.
Hey, you know
There was
what?
No emotion there for me whatsoever.
You're allowed to have an opinion like that, even if it's a shit bullshit opinion. You're allowed to have
I
it.
cried like I cried in the cartoon
I
version.
still
like,
do.
Like
I still do.
absolutely, it's a sad story. But when in the live action one, I'm like, it's just a fucking lion looking around yelling, "Dad, get up!" Like, all right, whatever.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the hell out of Mufasa.
I want you to watch that. Go back and watch the original animated Lion King.
You don't have to.
And I want you to
don't have
watch
to
that
ask me twice.
scene
I
and
will.
tell me if that's really emotional or if it's like, it's just, whatever.
Mufasa is an entirely new story. It is a prequel.
It should have been animated, is what it should have been.
It kind of is.
I understand. Yes.
So Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs live action
Let's
is
get back
coming
to
out.
that. Yeah.
And I was talking about how Peter Dinklage said that he doesn't like, he thinks it's discriminatory to use little people to only play little
Why,
people
though?
roles.
They're not using little people to only play little people roles, but like if you use a live action, I don't mean to step on your balls here for a second here, but
give your balls a tug.
What I'm saying is,
give your balls a tug, chip bucket.
what I'm trying to say is that I think you're going to get to that point. I'm just going to step over you for a second. Like, if they used traditional sized people to play those roles and they animated them down, you'd be pissed off too, because like, why did they get little people to play those roles?
They did that in I Made You Course of Cinema, Snow White and the Huntsman.
And that was a
I
bad
thought that movie kicked ass.
That was a bad movie.
You didn't like it.
It was a bad movie.
What's Simon Pegg's buddy's name? Nick Frost. He was one of the dwarfs. Nick Frost. He's a regular sized guy.
Yeah.
But
they animated them down.
They CG'd him down. And I think the other dwarves in that movie were regular sized people. Okay, they did that. But let me finish this before you step on my dick again.
No, your balls. I would never step on your dick. Your balls, though, mine.
Peter Dinklage made this comment, and Disney says, "Oh, okay, you're right. We don't want to be insensitive. We're woke, whatever that means." So
it means nothing.
The dwarves in this movie, all CG. And now
Willy Wonka CG, like that Charlie and Chocolate Factory movie.
The Oompa Loompas were played by small people.
No. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Not Willy Wonka. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Johnny Depp one.
Yeah.
That wasn't a small person. That was a...
Yeah, it was. It was Deep Roy.
But he was like one person they reanimated over and over and over again.
Yeah,
it wasn't like multiple people, though.
Yeah, I met Deep Roy at a Comic-Con. He's a small person.
Okay.
And he played in that movie. So, no, I think he was the only one, yes. But it was a small person playing the role of small people. The Peter Dinklage says we shouldn't do that. So Disney says, all right, bet, we ain't doing that. Now, all these small people actors are like, what the shit, dude?
Yeah.
Like, that could have been a job for me. They're not going to cast me to play Cyrano de Bergerac. Like, no, I have to play little people. You just took food off of my kid's plate.
If you want somebody who is homosexual to play a homosexual role, if you want somebody who is Asian to play an Asian role, if you want like all these roles, then you must want somebody who is a dwarf to play a small person dwarf role in this day and age. Like,
but you don't have to do it. Modern Family, for example. Modern Family. Cam and Mitch.
Yeah.
The gay couple on the show. Jesse Tyler Ferguson plays Mitchell.
Yeah.
Gay in real life.
Yeah.
Eric Stonestreet.
Not gay.
Not gay. Straight. He plays Cameron.
Yeah.
And it works, doesn't it?
It does work, yeah.
That's so you don't have to have a gay person play a gay role.
You don't have to, but you should. You should try. You should try at the very least.
Jake Gyllenhaal ain't gay. I've listened to the Red album of Taylor Swift. He ain't gay. He was sure gay in Brokeback Mountain.
Again,
we'll always have Brokeback.
But if the story's about a gay person, you should try at the very least to hire a gay person.
I don't think so.
If the story's about a dwarf, you should try to hire a dwarf or a small person. You know,
but that's okay, and that's an argument, and that's a fair argument. That's what some of these small people actors are saying they should have done.
That's kind of like
Peter
saying,
Dinklage, who's like the king of the dwarfs, basically said no. If you were going to elect the king of the dwarfs, tell me it wouldn't be Peter Dinklage. Look me right in the face and say he wouldn't be.
I can't with that one. Oh my god, I'm dying with that one.
I mean,
this is the king of the dwarfs.
I don't know. I'm glad you like that.
That's the wildest thing I've heard all day.
mean, yeah, I'm gonna say it. Peter Dinklage should be the king of the dwarfs. I mean, maybe Warwick Davis as a duke.
I was gonna say.
I mean, yeah, he's honorable mentioned without a doubt. But it's gotta be Peter Dinklage.
Look, I love Peter Dinklage. I really do.
Everyone loves Peter Dinklage.
He is amazing. You wouldn't
elect him king of the dwarfs?
I wouldn't use that phrase. Is what I'm saying.
No, but
that's
you
like
make fun
saying
of 9/11 all day.
No,
You're
that's
blue
like
in the face.
That's like saying I'm going to elect this person king of the black people. Like I wouldn't use that wording.
It's Wayne Brady. It's Wayne Brady.
He's king of the gay people too. So.
Just let me pick. Just let me pick from now on. I'll take care of it.
I'm not saying you're wrong for the choice. I'm saying you're wrong for what you're saying. No, I understand what you're saying, but like the small people are right. Peter Dinklage, you have basically a gold card for life. You are a respected actor that has not been stereotyped entirely. Maybe there are some roles you've been stereotyped, but you have not been fully stereotyped. He's a great actor, and I'm sure there's a lot of dwarves that are the really great actors. Like you mentioned, Warwick Davis. I don't love Warwick Davis because he's a dwarf actor. I love Warwick Davis because I love Warwick Davis.
I don't think. Can you think of a role Warwick Davis has been in that hasn't been him playing a small person?
Like for the sake of playing a small person?
Yes.
Doctor Who.
What?
He was in an episode of Doctor Who. He played the King of the Galaxy.
Episodes. I'm talking.
It doesn't matter. That counts, motherfucker.
Okay. I didn't
That counts,
specify.
dude. That counts.
Can you think of a movie? Because I can't.
Can I think of a movie?
Plus, he's a real good character actor.
Yeah.
Think about the people he plays that aren't main characters.
Yes.
Like his IMDb's got to be lengthy.
It's filled. It's filled.
I mean, we know
multiple Harry Potter roles,
Harry Potter, Star
like
Wars
multiple characters, Star Wars, yes.
But like Willow kicks ass. Willow's amazing.
It kicks all the ass.
Willow's amazing.
They're not going to do a season 2. I would love for them to do a season 2.
So the show, you mean?
Yeah, the show.
Yeah, just give us another movie, and I'll
it wasn't
be okay with it.
like I didn't love the Willow season 1, but I loved it because it's Warwick Davis, and I
the
love more
Willow
stuff.
movie is incredible.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah,
So
I love
good.
it so much.
And he was the main character, and he held his own.
Matt Mardigan.
But Val Kilmer, I guess he's not too healthy right
no,
now.
He's not.
So.
He's going south right now.
So we'll never get whatever. Anyway.
But look, I don't think you should stereotype small people actors, but if you're gonna have a role that involves like dwarves and like small people, I think they should first go to dwarves and small people before you start hiring other actors.
I'm not gonna have an opinion on it because I'm not a small person. All I know is like much like the MAGA Civil War that you mentioned, there might be a little person Civil War coming because Warwick Davis, Peter Dinklage is standing by his remarks, and these other small people actors are saying, "No, we want to play those roles. That's all we can get."
It's offensive, but I'm thinking about all the TikTok vids that can come from the small people. So
the small person subreddit. Let's take a look. Here we are. It's gonna be us.
I'm sorry. It is funny though. It's like those TikTok videos where you see like a small person that like does something dramatic and then cuts to somebody else who's like traditional size, and it's like they jump in a pool and then it cuts to a traditional size person, like a little squirt gun hits them in the face, like, oh, what the fuck?
Look at this podcast I stumbled across. These two motherfuckers. They can talk about 9/11 as much as they want, but if they talk shit on little people, big world, there's gonna be hell to pay.
All I'm saying is Peter Dinklage, one of my favorite actors. Warwick Davis,
he's very good.
Is one of my favorite.
Also very
actors,
good.
100%. Hundo, yes.
Can you name a third?
Can I name a third?
I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but that's these other guys' points. Like,
and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. They are not wrong. They need to be involved more and stuff. So no, I cannot name a third.
Yeah,
I will be honest.
I mentioned
would-
Deep Roy. That's the third
I would,
for me.
I,
but
I
yeah.
would love to see more. I would love to see more of them. So, like, fuck you, Peter Dinklage. Let them get some roles. We need more.
Yeah,
We need
man.
more.
Yeah.
Like, I've unplugged this goddamn headphones 3 times this whole goddamn show.
You're getting fired up though. I love the passion.
No, I would love to see more little people actors. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, they're great. They're amazing. Not all
Yeah.
of them are amazing, but like not all actors are amazing. But there's some fucking gems out there. So let them fucking play Dopey and Sleepy and Angry and Doc and all that other bullshit. Like, who cares? Let them do their thing.
I watched Moana 2. I liked it. I don't know enough about Polynesian mythology.
Man, that fucking conversation took a left turn.
The music wasn't as good as the first one.
That's Disney's thing, though. Music. That's their thing.
I think the music in the first Moana movie was excellent. Yeah, it was really good. The second one, it just wasn't as good, but the story was good. I think Lin-Manuel Miranda did the music for the first Moana,
Oh yeah,
and I'm not sure if he did the second one. He very well could have.
I'll look it up.
Whatever he touches turns to gold. So,
Yeah.
but it was fine. I enjoyed the story, and they did leave it on a cliffhanger, so there could be a third one. And if I know Disney, there will be. So that's that. So that's the movie I just went and saw in the movie theater with my kids to keep them entertained over the holidays. They liked it. Also watching some TV shows, Adam.
What are you watching?
Some are good. Some aren't as good. I'm really
Lin-Manuel Miranda did not write the music for Moana 2. Just
Okay.
want to tell you right now. So
that makes sense. He did the first one. I know that, and it was significantly better.
okay.
All right, moving on.
They didn't even ask him. They said, "Fuck you, Lin." They said, "Fuck you, Lin. We'll do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live."
They're like, people are tired of Hamilton.
People,
You were
tired
so
of shit.
2000 and late. Little Fergie quote there for you. All right, so I'm really enjoying the Skeleton Crew.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, man, you gotta watch it.
I've heard good things. I've
It's
heard good things.
great.
It's a fun show.
It's like Goonies.
I keep
meets
hearing it.
Stranger Things.
It's like a
meets
Goonies type show.
Treasure Island meets Star Wars, and it's
That's
all
what I keep
things
hearing.
good.
Yeah.
It's all things good. Really like that. Keep up the good work. Some of these I think I mentioned before on a show, but I'm still watching. Billy Bob Thornton's in the show Landman. It kind of glorifies like working on the oil fields in Texas, which isn't really my thing.
I'm sure there's a
As you can
country
tell,
song about
I'm
that.
not really the salt of the earth kind of guy.
I am salt
I
of the earth.
can tell. I can tell. And yeah, it's entertaining. It's okay. I like some funny parts about it, but I'm also watching on Max. It's animated Creature Commandos. Have you started that yet?
Yeah, I'm a little behind. I'm like 1 or 2 episodes behind.
What do you think?
Last episode I saw was the Weasel backstory episode.
You're a little behind.
Yeah. So
What'd you think?
it's good.
Do you like it?
It's good. Yeah,
I
it's
think
entertaining.
James. I just said this a minute ago about Lin-Manuel Miranda, but I think whatever James Gunn touches turns to gold.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's pretty
It's
great.
not bad. I don't really care about the show, but it's not a bad watch.
It's an easy, fun.
It's connected
watch.
to the direct live DC because it's an animated show, but it's connected to the live universe.
Yes.
Is what it is. So it's not bad. It's entertaining. It's funny. It's violent. It's enjoyable.
They reference
It's not-
the previous 2 Suicide
Yeah,
Squad
yeah.
movies.
It's not. It's all right. I really don't give a shit about the characters. If I'm being honest with you, I really don't. They're not the monster universe characters in the. I really don't care about them. I care about the masked and like the comic booky characters, I don't really give a shit about these characters. So if a character dies or a character like like what happens, like
You weren't sad when G.I. Robot died? Come on.
No, I didn't really care. First of all, he's a robot. He's gonna come back. So
nobody's ever dead in the comic book.
But
show.
also, like, no, I didn't really care because, like, honestly, if like the Bride of Frankenstein dies, or if or the Fish Lady dies, or the Skull Atomic dude dies, if they all died, I'd be like, all right, it's whatever. Like, they're a group of characters. They're funny and entertaining to watch, but I really don't care. But they're not. First of all, the entire Suicide Squad story line of characters, I don't give a shit about in general. The sequel, The Suicide Squad, was a great movie, but I don't give a shit about any of those characters because they're not. I want the comic book characters. We didn't talk about this. They released the trailer for Superman. Did you watch that yet?
Yeah. How did it make you feel?
I'm hopeful that finally, they're gonna have a DC universe they're gonna stick to. That maybe we're gonna get some actual lengthy like movies with it. We're okay.
I thought you liked Man of Steel.
No, it's good. Man of Steel is good. That is
I thought you liked Superman Returns with Brendan Routh.
I like that because of Brendan Routh, not because it's a good movie.
He's pretty great.
He's good. The movie's not. The movie's not that good.
Just over the switching gears here. Over the holiday season, my wife was watching a Hallmark Christmas movie. I know.
Of course.
And I walked in the room.
Let me guess. The female lead is like a real estate agent or some shit like that, and like
I don't remember who the female lead was. Usually it's like Lacey Chabert. Party of Five, Lost in Space.
Yeah.
Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Love her. But she wasn't in this one. But the guy, I usually don't pay much attention to the guy lead. I walked in there. It was Brendan Routh. I said, that's Superman.
That's Superman.
She was like, what? I was like, that guy right there.
That's the Atom.
That is Superman.
That's the Atom.
He is the Atom.
He was the Superman in that universe as well. He played the Superman in that universe as well. He was an alternate version of Superman.
That's the guy.
He's great. I like it because of that.
Yeah.
But like Man of Steel is a good movie. That is a good Superman movie. But I'm excited because if they're going to have James Gunn assisting with this, running the show, maybe finally after like a decade and a half,
right?
They're going to actually have a DC universe they're going to stick with. We're going to get some good stories out of this. We're going to get some good It's not starting with, first of all, they showed Crypto. Crypto's in this.
Yeah.
Crypto is in the shit. But it's not starting with, oh, Krypton, he's crashing to Earth. Here's the little babe that's going to be Superman in Kansas, like blah, blah, blah. No, Superman is Superman. He's established. People know him as Superman. From what I understand, him and Lois are already in a relationship, so like she knows who he is. Like it's starting, like it's no longer the like in Spider-Man, the classic story is like we don't need to see how Uncle Ben died. We know he dies. Blah 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 blah. In Superman, we don't need to see his origins. We know his origins. Let's fucking get to it.
It reminds me kind of Spider-Man when they introduced the Tom Holland version in Civil War briefly. And then we got the Homecoming, the standalone.
Yeah.
And they just threw right into it.
Yeah. He's like Uncle Ben already died.
You know what? I love that. Because we fucking know, okay, we've seen it umpteen times. He gets bitten by a radioactive spider. He gets his Uncle Ben dies. With great power comes great responsibility. We get that. We understand. We know. Just get into the good stuff.
In Man of Steel,
they did that, and I think Superman's going to do that.
In Man of Steel was like it was done pretty well because it was done almost as a compilation, where like the entire first movie wasn't about the origin,
right?
Like the first like quarter to the half of the movie was like about like a compilation of his past and stuff like that, but it was still progressing to a story, which we got later on, which he fights General Zod at the end of that movie.
Kneel before Zod.
Yeah. This movie feels like it's going to be, look, like you said, you know what happens. You've heard the story before. If you don't know the story, this movie's not for you. Like, this is like, we're starting in the middle of it. Batman's parents have already been killed. Superman is already established as Superman. Let's just fucking get into it. Let's get into an actual universe where we're telling good stories. Like they even brought it back the over the pants, underpants, like Superman. Like the costume is
Over
like
the pants, underpants.
like you know what I'm saying?
know,
like,
I know.
Like underpants on the outside, like it's like the classic Superman costume. It looks like it's gonna be fun. Like in the trailer, Superman got his ass beat. So who knows who he's fighting? So Crypto has to rescue him. Crypto, the
super dog.
super dog,
Yeah.
has to cape and all, has to rescue him. We're already established.
So
the universe is made.
It was snow, so I guess he's trying to get him to
the Fortress of Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah. That's what I assume too.
Is that where just Crypto just hangs out in the Fortress of Solitude all day?
Motherfucking Crypto's, you can't, chain down Crypto. He's going everywhere, man.
Dude, you can't even chain down Izzy.
No, I can't.
What if Izzy?
She's chained down now by her dreams.
What if she got super strength and super speed by Earth's yellow sun? How would you contain this dog? Like
I wouldn't.
Exactly.
This bitch would chop my fucking fingers off. Like I'm telling you that she would. It's Izzy. It's Izzy's world. We're just living in it, man. That's all it is. But like it's exciting because it feels like a comic book movie. Like I said, just the fact that Crypto's involved makes it like a comic book movie. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Like imagine in the Man of Steel universe or the Zack Snyder universe of comic books where they brought in a superpowered dog. Just imagine that. He wouldn't do it because it's fucking insane. It's crazy. I'm excited for it. It's the first time I've been excited for a DC movie in a long time. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm watching another animated superhero show. I'm watching What If Season 3.
It's not a season 3 now? I didn't even watch season 2.
I mean, it's like anthologies, like they're standalone episodes. Some are good, some aren't.
I just care about the crossover ones. Like season 1, it was okay until like the end, the last 2 or 3 episodes when it was like the crossover where it was like the big thing with Ultron with the Thanos gauntlet.
How good was that?
That was great. That was great.
That was good.
It's I'm sad it took me 5 episodes to get to that point because the first 5 were kind of sucky, but the end of it was great. And I want to go and watch season 2, but I don't want to watch the whole season. I just want to skip to the crossover end season big baddie. That's what I want to do.
Yes, but you kind of need to watch it all.
I don't need to. I don't think I need to. I think I can.
Dude, they're short. It's an easy watch.
I think context clues will tell me what I need to know at the end of that season. So,
but you just like, how many times can you rewatch The Office or What We Do in the Shadows when you can just, or Always Sunny for that, when you can just put that, it's an easy watch. Easy.
Because those other shows you mentioned are actually enjoyable.
This is enjoyable too if you weren't so negative.
No, it's not about me being negative. It's about I just like I said, season 1, they were fine. I just didn't enjoy watching the first few episodes until it got to the big like you said, you're a Monster of the Week kind of person.
Love a Monster of the Week.
I'm an overarching story person. I want to get to the big story.
Nobody's perfect, Adam.
I want to get to the big story, okay? That's what I'm all about. Get me to that big story. I want to involve the rest of the universe. Did you hear they're doing a Black Panther 3, by the way?
Yeah.
That's coming.
I
heard
figured.
Denzel Washington's going to be coming along.
I did see that.
Do some stuff in there, so... They're leading up to... I didn't watch the sequel to Black Panther 2. I didn't watch that one.
You didn't watch Black Panther 2?
No, but I heard like it had like T'Challa's son, and so like he might be the next Black Panther, maybe.
T'Challa, not T'Chaka.
Sorry, my bad.
I was like, what are you talking about?
T'Challa.
Because T'Chaka's son is T'Challa.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay. Sorry, I was confused.
I'm sorry, I mixed up the father's and the son's name.
That's okay.
Forgive
They're
me,
both
sir.
Black Panthers, though, so you're not wrong there.
Yes.
So
like he might be the next Black Panther, whoever that actor they're gonna hire is. So, so they're gonna continue and you know what? I'm happy they're gonna continue it. I just didn't have a desire to watch the second movie, so
he's gonna be in Young Avengers.
I watched that video you sent me on TikTok where it's like talking about like did you send it or did I just come across it? So there's a video I saw on TikTok where he was talking about all the Marvel after credit scenes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I
Where it's
showed
going
you
to
that.
yeah, okay, yeah. that was enjoyable. That was pretty cool.
There's some, you know how Marvel loves themselves some after credit scenes. And the after credit scenes traditionally are supposed to be setting up the next big thing. Like it's supposed to leave.
That's what it was.
And
now
sometimes they add.
Now
some
they're
little,
done. Now they're done as jokes.
Yeah, yeah. But
I don't like the joke ones.
The TikTok I sent you was several of them have not yet been answered.
No,
and it makes you think.
I saw this one. I was watching the one TikTok where somebody was making a really good point, and this is what I've said this before, but I don't hang my hat on this. But like nanotech has gone insane in the MCU.
Oh, just you wait until you watch season 3 of What If.
We honestly, that what they need to do is they need to gut nanotech. We're done with nanotech. It's become too. I miss the pulling of the mask off as opposed to nanotech just it disappears. No, I love the Spider-Man where he comes up and he just like reaches down, even if it's a cutaway, because obviously they're two different costumes. Even if it's a cutaway, I want to see him pulling the mask off. I'm done with nanotech. Nanotech was fine when Tony Stark was around. We don't need Spider-Man nanotech. We don't need every.
Well, guess what? Spider-Man's not going to have that anymore.
Good. I'm glad.
Remember how the third one ended?
Yeah.
He's back to a regular, I'm going to sew my suit myself.
Good. That's what we want. That's what we need.
He's back to being your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
The problem with nanotech was everybody had nanotech, okay? Even the Asgardians had nanotech masks. Like, even in Thor Love and Thunder, their masks just...
Did Thor Love and Thunder suck, huh?
It was better than 2, but it was not better than 1.
It was not better than 3. Love and Thunder's
that's
4.
That's fourth movie. You're right. Okay, so it was worse than
Ragnarok
2.
kicks ass.
Worse than 1. Ragnarok is the best. 1 is.
I'd go 4, 1, 3, 2. That's my order. Ragnarok's the
You're
best.
Right. That's the best.
Original Thor is my second favorite.
That's the correct order.
Love and Thunder's my third favorite, and Dark World is dog shit.
Yeah, it's dog shit. That's the correct order, sir.
But Dark World was so important for the Infinity War.
What sucks.
It was so important.
But
it was one of the entire Infinity Stones. That old story.
It was so and it sucked. It sucked, dude.
And I love how they were self-aware, where they're basically like, okay, when Thor gets up and starts explaining the whole plot of Dark World, and all the other Avengers are like,
it's so
oh my god,
so convoluted.
It was so fun.
It's so up its own ass.
Remember, he's in the conference room explaining, well, you see, in Asgard, an ex-girlfriend of mine, and everybody's like, shut up. Like, it was so fun. It was Russo Brothers did great with that.
That was great.
They could not stand it. He couldn't even explain it to them with them being bored.
Yeah.
Good job with that.
That was really good because they recognized that shit sucked.
Dude, Infinity War and Endgame were great.
They were great. Yes.
So, I want more of that. And I don't know if we're ever going to return to that.
We are never. Guess what? That's the 90s, man. That's the magic of the 90s. We're never going to get that. That's the 90s for the MCU. That's why I said, like, after Endgame, that's a good stopping point for people because nothing else matters after that.
2 more shows.
We get to get to commercial cinema after this. So yeah.
Watching Dune Prophecy.
I haven't watched a single episode of that yet.
Okay.
Don't spoil it for me.
Okay, I won't. And this is kind of fun. Did you watch Letterkenny?
No.
On Hulu?
I watched 1 or 2 episodes maybe, but no.
There's a spin-off. The character
of Letterkenny?
Yes. That's
a
Shorzy. The character Shorzy got his own show.
I take it back. I was mixing it up. Shorzy is the one I only watched 1 or 2 episodes. I watched a lot of Letterkenny. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. My bad. That's my bad.
I thought you were familiar with Shorzy.
I thought that you were saying there was a spin-off of the spin-off. That's
no.
Okay, yeah. I've watched a lot of Letterkenny. I didn't know.
I just set the stage. I didn't know how far along you were. You can watch a lot of things.
I understand, yeah. I watch a lot of Letterkenny.
I've seen every episode of
not the entire thing, but I know Shorzy. I've watched 1 or 2 episodes.
He was a fan favorite in Letterkenny.
It did not grab me. He's a great supporting character, not a great main character in my opinion.
People said that about Jay and Silent Bob. You still say that about Jay and Silent Bob. They're great supporting characters.
because they are.
Yeah.
They're not great main characters. They're fun, but they're not great.
Wrong one.
Give your balls a tug, tit fucker.
There it is.
That's where Shorzy belongs, as a side cut, like as a joke. He doesn't need his own show.
He's got his own show, and I've been watching it.
Give your balls a tug, tit fucker.
When you kept saying your negative takes, and I could have been hitting you with
Give your balls a tug, tit fucker.
I could have been hitting you with that all night.
They're not negative. They're just look. Just because it's right doesn't mean it's negative.
You got your sunglasses handy?
Just because it's right doesn't mean it's negative. Waiting for you to hit that shit.
I didn't know what you were doing. I still don't read minds. I didn't know you had a hot take coming.
I didn't.
Adam.
That was my hot take. Just because.
Should little people play little people roles or not?
Yes, they should.
Adam. Is it copacetic to make 9/11 jokes now?
Some say it is, some say it isn't.
If you could elect a king of the dwarfs, who would it be?
Whoever they elect.
You don't get a vote because you're not a dwarf. I like that.
You see how I did that?
I do.
We don't offend anybody in that segment. Nobody's offended. No opinions were made. Everything's still neutral.
Shorzy's pretty funny.
I'm sure it has its moments.
Funny. I still like Letterkenny more. But it's a lot. You know, I played college hockey.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of hockey in this. And I eat that shit with a spoon.
Give your balls a tug, tit fucker.
So
I feel like Letterkenny is for kind of like anybody. A lot of hockey, but kind of anybody can enjoy it. But like Shorzy's great in small doses. Like that character is his magic. The magic of Shorzy is that he shows up randomly.
Yes.
And he has like a one-liner, and it's like like you could look up any Shorzy like in Letterkenny like compilation, you'll laugh out loud. I think too much of Shorzy goes too far, I think.
I'm really glad you're familiar and we could have a conversation about it. And everything you've said is correct, is spot on.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That's all I've been watching.
Let's talk about Course.
It's time for Course of Cinema.
It's time for
Would you make me watch? And what did we tell our fans that they had a week to watch?
This clip. I'm doing the screenshot. I've had a hard time finding screenshots lately. So I decided for us to watch Abigail on Paramount Plus.
Yep.
It is the monster vampire movie starring a number of people. Mostly the reason why I wanted us to watch it is
Dan Stevens,
starring our friend Dan Stevens.
We love Dan Stevens, friends of the show.
I love Dan Stevens a lot, so that's why I wanted us to watch it. Scott, I watched it. What did you think about it when we watched it?
I'm glad you made me watch it. It was so fun.
It was a fun movie. It wasn't like amazing. It wasn't like great, but it was a fun movie to watch is what it was.
Unfortunately, and we did talk about this before you made me watch it, I think that the trailer spoiled too much.
It did.
I knew, here comes more spoilers, but we didn't do it first. The trailer did. The little girl named Abigail turns out to be a monster.
Not just a monster, a vampire.
A vampire.
A vampire.
And there's some twists and turns, and there's
basically the movie is about like a cast of like professional criminals.
It's like a heist movie at first.
Yeah, they were hired to kidnap this ballerina who is like the daughter of like this rich person.
They want to hold her for ransom.
Yeah, and that's the entire movie at the start, and then they find out later on that shit is going down, and then at like halfway,
trapped in the house.
Halfway through the movie, when they're trying to figure out what's going on, they discover, oh, this daughter turns out she's like a vampire, she's a monster, and then it switches from a kidnapping heist movie to a monster, like people are trapped in a house with a monster kind of movie. It's like a horror kind of thing. I think it's pretty good. I enjoyed. It's not the best. It's not the best. I enjoyed it a lot. I think
What you got here? Oh, it's the trailer.
I forgot to do this last week. I'm trying to do a new thing where I put the trailers and stuff like that when we talk about it. I think it was like if they didn't spoil it in the trailers, I think this would be an amazing movie because you
Yeah.
would like you would watch it and you think like, oh, I'm watching one movie, but then like you're seeing another kind of thing. A lot of big names in this movie. There's like I said, Dan Stevens. There's what's his name from.
I thought you would have it pulled up.
I'll pull the MDB up.
Okay.
There's roided Elon Musk. He's in this movie.
He was in an X-Man movie, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't remember what he was from though. Like
At first, I thought he was the guy who played Sabretooth, but then that was Liev Schreiber.
yeah, that's not him. No.
It kind of looks like Liev Schreiber a little bit.
No, he's Kevin Durand.
What was he in that was X-Men? I
trying to
swear to
see.
God, he was in an X-Men movie. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
You could be wrong. We'll see. He was in Kingdom of Planet of the Apes. He was Proximus Caesar.
Oh, he was the voice.
He was the voice of Proximus
Okay.
Caesar. Trying to see what else you might know him from. He was in a lot. God damn. This
Maybe
dude
I'm
was in
wrong.
a
Maybe he
ton of-
wasn't in an X-Men.
He was in it. He's in a ton of things.
Well, he's pretty good in it. There's too much.
He's pretty good. I do like him a lot. But Dan Stevens, Melissa Barrera, there was
Who?
She was the lead character, the one that we follow the entire time,
Mhm.
basically. Trying to see here. There was Giancarlo Esposito, like
Giancarlo
Esposito. Yeah,
from Breaking Bad
yeah.
and Mandalorian.
He was great.
And
he
all
was great.
things
in it. He
good.
like, look, he's an expensive character to get at this point. He's an expensive actor to get. Catherine Newton. So there was a lot.
Catherine Newton was in Ant-Man.
She played Ant-Man's daughter,
Cassie.
Yes. A lot of like. It was just
See,
kind
look,
of an.
the
instant-
trailer just shows you that she's a freaking monster.
I know that's the
Like,
unfortunate side of the trailer.
don't. That would have been such a cool reveal.
It would have, yeah. Movie studios. This is coming from viewers.
Oh, Angus Cloud. We forgot. Who's in Euphoria, which
Yes.
I love the show Euphoria. And the actor Angus Cloud, he died in real life. So this was like the
That's
last
right.
thing he did
That's
before he
right.
died.
You talked about it when we were watching it. Like, yeah, that dude, like they dedicated it to him
Mhm.
when he died. Like movie studios don't like reveal the plot point. Like you can tease it. You can tease it a little bit. But like don't reveal the big reveal. Like that's what they did in the trailer, and that's what disappointed me a lot. But like the movie itself, it was pretty there's like not really a ton to talk about. It's like a mindless horror action movie kind of thing.
I don't
like-
know if I would have watched this unless you made me. I'm glad you did. I liked it.
Yeah. It was okay.
yeah.
It was okay. It probably wouldn't make my like top 10 most favorite movies or top 10 most favorite horror movies of all time, but like it was fun. It was like a mindless fun movie.
Well, let's not get crazy. We're not talking about all-time good movie here.
No, that's why I
But-
said it would
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
It would not
yeah.
make that. But like if you're in for like a fun mindless action or horror movie, that's your ticket right there, man. It's pretty good. And you know what? The end of the movie, it's got a few twists that you don't see coming. I will say that you watching that trailer, you will not see the end of what happens at the end of that movie.
Yeah.
So, Scott,
Yes.
what's next week's course of cinema that we're going to
Okay.
watch tonight?
Unlike you, I'm not going to give a new movie. In fact, this is quite an old movie and a very popular movie. It is a cult classic. And I'm surprised that you have never seen this movie. So we are going to watch also on Paramount Plus, which we watched Abigail on, I believe. We are going to watch Almost Famous.
Almost Famous.
Yes.
That's letting you guys know right now for next
Everyone's
week's
seen it but
episode.
you.
Next episode.
Everyone's already seen Almost Famous. So just you have to watch it. I'm kidding. If you haven't seen it and you're the one of the 11 people on the planet like Adam who hasn't seen this movie, then yes, you have a week to watch it. Or you're like me and you love this movie, then you can rewatch it to refresh your memory.
Exactly.
To talk about it with us next week.
Exactly.
So that's your homework. Watching Almost Famous. And Adam here is going to tell people how they can get a hold of us here at For Your Distraction, how you can listen to us, and all the goody goods.
If you want to get a hold of For Your Distraction, you can email us fordistraction@gmail.com. We are on Facebook. We are on... Are we still on Twitter?
Yeah.
We're still on Twitter? Okay, we're still on Twitter or X. We are still on iTunes. We are still on Spotify, Google Play. You can search for us on there. You can listen to us on there. We are on Podbean. We are on... Sorry, my brain broke for a second. We are on Podbean, so you can search for us on there, and you can listen to a bunch of us on there. You can, rate us, like us, share us with friends. The only way that we grow is if you guys help us grow. We do our live streams on Facebook every show. So if you subscribe and follow us on there, you can see the live streams, the raw, unedited, uncut version of what we're doing. Or you can watch a post video on YouTube. Links in the description for every single thing that you can find us on. Search For Your Distraction on there. We are still... Well, we did, and we're going to continue doing it in the future. Like we said in the beginning of the show, Patreon.
Yep.
Patreon.com/fordistraction.
We're going to shoot for February.
The link is in the description of the show. As I said, for the link for everything is in the description. So
we're going to shoot for February to make some new Patreon content.
Yeah.
That is, with an asterisk, subject to change.
Yes. We're going to try. Like I said, we got a lot of good life stuff happening for us right now, so we're gonna shoot for that. As you say, Scott, we got big things coming.
Big things are coming. But if you want to subscribe to our Patreon, like I said, it's $1 a month. We're not gonna charge you a bunch of shit. It's just a little bit. So if you want to support us, feel free to go us on there. Or you can go to electronicmediacollective.com. We are still a member of the Electronic Media Collective, so you can head there and you can listen to us on there, as well as a bunch of other really pretty fucking great shows that exist on there. You can support us on there. You can email them. You can say, "Hey, For Distraction, we love that shit. That's our bag, baby. That's what we're all about." Woohoo, Scott.
Give your balls a tug, Chet Fucker.
That's what I'm doing here and here. As soon as we're done with the show, I'm gonna give my balls a tug.
What was that? You sounded... We're gonna balls a tug.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Ain't got no gas in it. Yeah, ain't got no gas in it, Scott.
Yes.
That's what we're doing. Yes. Scott, you got anything else to send us out on? You got anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to tell the people? Tell the folks?
Give your balls a tug, Chet Fucker.
You always got to give your balls a tug. 100%.
Give your balls a tug, Chet Fucker.
Give those fucking balls a tug. All right. Love your balls. Give them a tug.
Give your balls a tug, Chet Fucker.